D8.
Thanks very much. Now
He is, and his game, David, speaks volumes by itself. David, thank you. So let's take a look at the Toronto Raptors starting lineup. The forwards are Barnes and Siakam. Fred VanVleet out there with Anunoby, and it's Pirtle in at the center position. And for the Trailblazers, at lead guard, it's Lillard with Simons by his side. Nurkic the pivot with Grant at the other post spot. And it's Thibault in at the 3, the small forward. Hey, Brent, tonight we got a terrific matchup in the backcourt. Let's rewind here a little bit, go back to when you played. Who were some of the guards you really enjoyed playing against?
what if I start with the list of the guys, Kevin, I didn't enjoy playing against? If I named Allen Iverson, Mitch Richmond, and of course Michael Jordan. Not the funnest nights at work, if you get my drift, but I did love playing one John Barry. Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
And Fred VanVleet, a player who has always shot well from outside.
And Kevin VanVleet has continued to kind of take on more of an offensive load. Increased his volume while maintaining efficiency. Not every player able to do that.
So the Portland Trailblazers able to put the first points up on the board. Here's Barnes. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
The Raptors shooting their first free throws of the game.
At the line for two.
No good on that one. And he sinks the second. 1:05 left in the first quarter. Lillard finds Simons. Here's Grant, covered by Siakam. Thibault on the wing. Grant for three. No good on that one. And Toronto will come the other way. VanVleet left side. 35 seconds left to play in the first. Barnes passes to VanVleet. Basket is good. The assist from Barnes.
For three.
And you have to appreciate the confidence. VanVleet wastes no time shooting the rock when he is in that groove.
Portland moving the ball around. 16 seconds left in the first. He was all alone on that one.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
From deep three-point range, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. It's all tied in Portland. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment.
Fans, let them hear from you. Make some noise for your
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
And here's Lillard. He brings it up for Portland. So for Toronto right now, VanVleet in the backcourt. Trent Jr. to his side. Young is out there with Achua. And it's Barnes in at the 3 spot. Here's Eubanks. It's hauled in by Achua. GA, something that's kept Portland from getting over the hump is their defense.
Kevin, their defensive rating hasn't been pretty for several years. It's a point of emphasis for the Blazers going forward. Shore up the D and try and take that next step.
Now, here's Trent. Puts up a three. Reddish grabs the rebound. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. A busy few years for Nick Nurse. In 2019, he helped lead the Raptors to the title, and he was the 2020 Coach of the Year. He says, it means a lot to me that this city and this country loves this team so much. We can go out there and give them something to be proud of. Of course, Kevin, he's been a key part of that success. Back to you.
Maybe the single most important part of their success, DA. Thank you so much. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Raptors. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter.
And great find by Van Vliet. He's in control of this offense and generally makes good decisions.
Portland with the ball after the Raptors pick up two. Lillard, the pass to Eubanks. Here's Reddish. Over Barnes. Portland no good that time either. Raptors with the lead. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. He had a nice open look right there.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this scene.
It's good.
And you love for a guard, a guy that small, the tenacity that Lillard has in the paint, just not afraid of the bigger guys.
He lobs it up. A dunk by Achua.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. The Raptors out in front. They're up by 5. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Pascal. The identity of this team is at the defensive end. So how satisfying is it to lock them down like you did in the first half?
It's great. I mean, we're defensive team first, and that's what I like about our team, and the fact that we can go out there and get steals and get easy buckets at the other end. It's always great to play good defense.
Yeah, that's what you guys do. Thanks very much. Back to you guys.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. The first quarter for the Raptors was fairly even. The period wrapped up with the teams on level ground and the score tied. They were able to take control in the second quarter and finish the half ahead by 5. And taking a look at the Raptors, Kenny, what'd you see out there?
I have to applaud their offensive consistency. They're not wasting possessions or taking bad shots. That's a testament to their patience, their discipline. They're focusing on playing intelligent basketball.
Looking at Portland, Shaq, your thoughts?
It's been tough sledding for them. Reminds me of my free throw percentage, under 35. They need better execution if they want to create high-quality looks. It's going to take a team effort. We'll see if they're up to it.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks
Goodbye,
for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
Fans, have a big round of applause.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Well, there's one thing, Greg, that defines a modern NBA big man. It is mobility.
And they've got to be able to move their feet and really play in space. Otherwise, they just can't stay on the floor in today's game.
Nurkic the pivot with Grant at the other post spot. At lead guard, it's Lillard with Simons by his side. And it's Thibault in at the small forward position. So that's who Chauncey Billups starts the second half with. Siakam for 3. The Trailblazers pull it in.
Not quite enough defense That time around, just lucky he was off. And the 0 Damian Lillard wears on his jersey is more than just a number to him.
Yeah, Greg, we know that represents the letter O, as Dame grew up in Oakland, went to college in Ogden, and became an NBA star in Oregon. Oh my, that's a lot of O's. Excellent job by Nurkic to go right into the defense and get hit. Then he buries the shot.
Greg, you take a look at Nurkic. He is at his best going against big-name centers.
Nurkic is the kind of player who rises to a challenge, can be a bit inconsistent in what he gives you, but he loves the challenge of going up against the best. And sometimes a trade is exactly what a player needs. And that was the case with Jusuf Nurkic.
Back in 2017, you remember, it was Jokic, Nurkic, back and forth. They were getting limited playing time. And then finally, there was a trade that allowed Nurkic to get from Denver to Portland. And he's kind of doubled up everything in terms of its production since then.
Pocket 6. Here's Pirtle, and the dunk by Pirtle.
And Pirtle has a stick-with-it mentality on the offensive glass, just throwing himself against the board.
Now, here's Grant. No points in the game yet for him. Thibault, the pass to Watford. To the inside, Grant. Good D by Barnes.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
The rebound by Grant.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Hard to guard when he's that close. Grant really good at drawing the defense in to foul him.
Portland shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
Jeremy Grant, 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Grant.
Talked to most of the coaching staffs around the league. What is the first thing they think about with Jeremy Grant? And it's that athleticism that comes to mind.
And Grant drops them both.
You might want to think twice before sending him to the line again. He gets locked in when the game gets close.
Here's Van Vliet. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Raptors lead by 2 from Portland. We're back in a moment. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. So for Toronto right now, sharing the win spots for them, it'll be Trent Jr. and Anunoby. Then it's Fred Van Vliet. Then there's Achua. Now here's Van Vliet. And the layup's good off the glass. Trailblazers trail by 4. Three-pointer off the mark.
And you can see why he might be off on some of his attempts, getting far fewer shots today than he's accustomed to.
It's Lillard. Van Vliet can't get it to go. And for Portland, they're shooting a terrible 27% from the floor. Boy, an off night for them to say the least.
Yeah, not a fan of that one, guys. If he wants to help his team cut into this deficit, he should not be attempting those kind of shots.
Now here's Van Vliet. Trent outside. Just 5 on the clock. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Clearly a
Personal
foul.
foul. First team foul. Down the line for the Raptors, Gary Trent Jr. taking 2 shots.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really want. He's got one more, though. So he comes up empty at the line. Here's Simons. The shot will not fall. Now Toronto takes it the other way. Barnes outside. And now we've got the intentional foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul. Shooting for Toronto, Scotty Barnes. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. And the Raptors making a change here. Anunoby's checked in. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line. And it's a 6-point ball game.
Some padding here on the free throw line. Some good work.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 6. 34 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. And now we present our New Balance player of the game, Scotty Barnes.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. And that has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
And they go to the intentional foul.
First personal foul. Third team foul. Shooting for Toronto, Pascal Siakam. Taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And he ends up making the second, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Now a timeout called by Portland. They trail by 7. 26 seconds left to play in the final quarter.
Who's looking for some new swag? Hey fans, get up and move with your Blazer dancers.
Here's Simons. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Pass to Lillard. Great D that time from Van Vliet. And it's Van Vliet with the ball for the Toronto Raptors. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. So it's Toronto winning this one. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as